So nightclubs, for me, I got started in the late 30s, around 37, 38. I was invited never to come back to school, so what else could I do? What else was it for a guy like myself except show business?
Okay, and we're being joined now by Edd Byrnes, and you have a little comedy panel here.
How you doing?
Give a hand, Edd Byrnes, and okay, and this is your life. I found some old playbills with you, Mr. Stoch here. Well, first of all, you were in the revival of Kookie and Bess at Radio City Music Hall. You were the white sheriff in it, right?
That's right, I was.
And we have the show. Who was that lady I saw you with? Peter Lynn and Mary Healy. No.
Tony Curtis.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry, I make a movie with Tony Curtis, but yet you're right. Peter Lynn Hayes and Mary Healy. Who was that lady?
Ray Walston was in it as well. Roland Winters, Richard Liu, the Asian actor, and also I found something a bit more in the Obscuriana. This is the Yiddish theater, perhaps, the Littlest Review, May 21st, 1956, with Joel Gray, Tammy Grimes, Charlotte Ray, Tommy Morgan, Beverly Bozeman, and a lot of Broadway people like Sheldon Harnick and Adams and Strauss wrote this.
For a couple of nights, Paul Lynn came in. Remember Paul Lynn?
Right.
You show me a hooker with asthma, and I'll show you a woman who whistles while she works.
Zach Hyken wrote some of the comedy sketches in this. Is that where he met you and cast you later for Carpet Before? Where are you?
Yes, right.
Okay, and Mr. Byrnes, you have a book, an autobiography, Kookie No More.
Edd Byrnes, Kookie.
Edd Byrnes, Kookie No More. And 77 Sunset Strip, you know, long before Fonzie took over Happy Days, you were a supporting character on 77 Sunset Strip who rose to star status on the show.
Yeah, I got very lucky, actually. At a very early age, I think I was 14. I was tall for my age. Hey, Larry, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Used to see you on the lot at Warner Brothers when you're doing F-Troop.
Right.
Yeah.
And you did cartoon voices at the Warner Brothers cartoon studio in the 60s. Cool Cat and Merlin the Mouse and things like that?
Well, you remember Frank Morgan? I did. Frank Morgan was the Wizard of Oz. And Judy Garland said to him, you remember, oh, you're a very bad man. He said, no, I'm a lousy wizard, but I'm a good man. So I did his voice on a lot of cartoon work.
Now, in the 40s, this is a story that I've read. Can you confirm this for us? Frank Morgan was the wraparound announcer for the historical anthology, The Cavalcade of America. Our host, Martin Graham, wrote a book about that radio show. And the rumor was that if Frank Morgan was ill or busy at a film shoot, they would hire you by proxy to do the Frank Morgan lines. Is that right?
That's right, yes.
Oh, okay. Do you remember any of the shows that you did on that?
Well, Desi Arnaz, was it Desi Arnaz? Yes, I think he was on the show, Rita Moreno, and I filled in for Frank Wallen, see, whenever he wasn't able to make it. And we never told the audience anything about it, and so we got away with it. And now I'm confessing.
You were on Duffy's Tavern one or two times, weren't you, as well?
Yeah, well, I was on with Duffy's Tavern, and I thought he was wonderful. Ed Gardner was his name.
Right.
Ed Gardner, yes. Let me see, but there weren't many stories about him. I didn't get to know him well at all.
Mr. Byrnes, did you do radio at all? We know you
No, I was much too young for that. No. before my time. No, I never did radio. Always wanted to. I love radio. Some of those old dramas, like yours truly, Johnny Dollar, Gunsmoke. I mean, those great shows, especially the sound effects. Some of those shows. I guess Woody Allen did the movie Radioland. He did all the sound effects and stuff. Great stuff.
Now, in the movie Grease, I hope you're still getting royalties from that because it's like on twice a week on the Turner channels, it seems, you know what I mean? And you play the Dick Clark type fellow who comes in to host the bandstand type show.
Yeah, I played Vince Fontaine, the host of National Bandstand, but Dick Clark couldn't have done it as well as I did it. Actually, I was on Dick Clark's show years ago when Connie Stevens and I did that Kookie, Lend Me Your Comb. And Dick's a very nice guy. In fact, before my book was published, I went over and talked to him. He was in a conference meeting. He's always in a conference story meeting or something. And the secretary saw I said, "Oh, hi, I just want to say hi to Dick." And he said, "Well, he's in a big meeting now, Mr. Byrnes." I said, "Well, don't bother him. Just tell him my stuff." And, no, wait a minute. So she went in, and I guess he came out about a minute later. He said, "Oh, hi." Anyway, I started talking about how do you publish a book and what should I do and all of that. So kind of gave me some tips. And anyway, I finally had it published a couple of months later. But he's a good guy. I know he had a stroke a couple of years ago. I hope he's doing all right. I haven't talked to him since then. Anyway.
Well, I say, you're getting old. I always hear nowadays they call Dick Clark Mr. New Year's Eve, and to me, Skylar Bart out of it.
I actually did that New Year's Eve ball drop one year. After I did Grease, I worked with these guys, Sha-Na-Na, Frankie Valli, and all these guys. And one of the guys asked me to do it, so I went to New York, and they put me up. They wanted to put me up at some hotel, and I said, no. When I'm in New York, I always stay at my favorite hotel, the Plaza. Plaza? I said, yes. They put me up at the Plaza, and we did the ball drop. You've seen the ball drop, right? At midnight, So I kind of learned all the sayings about it, and I got up there. It was cold. I was in an overcoat, and all these people. One person threw a bottle of champagne at me. It was pretty crazy there. I had fun. The ball finally drops, and everybody's crowding around. And I said, well, we got to get back to the hotel. We couldn't walk back to the hotel. Times Square, New Year's Eve. I mean, it's wall-to-wall people. We had to go into the building where I was and stay about 3 hours before we could before the streets finally cleared where we could go out and get a cab and go back to the hotel. It was pretty maddening. Yeah, it was fun, actually. That's my ball drop story. Give me a punchline.
We all.
Now, F-Truth. Now, is there a reason why you wore a white hat and everybody else wore dark hats?
No, there was no rhyme or reason with F-Truth, everybody.
Yeah, it had 50 stars on the flag, if you remember when they were. There was an episode where you started a rock band and everybody else could, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, 100 years before the fact.
That's right.
I want to ask Larry, did Forrest Tucker ever drink when he was working at all? Did he have a few nips?
No, he had a lot of, there was a lot of fear and a lot of respect, He wouldn't take a drink when there was any work going on at all.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Wonderful fellow.
And you worked with Forrest Tucker later on a little-known Saturday morning TV show called Ghostbusters.
That's right.
And you were the first Ghostbusters before Bill Murray and Harold Ramis came along and made the big blockbuster movie, right?
That's right, yes.
And I once saw the two of you on an episode of Grizzly Adams. I mean, you were like a great TV comedy team.
I have some very funny memories about being in shows with some really great stars. I remember being in a movie with Rock Hudson about 55 years ago when Rock Hudson was Rock Hudson. And I played a bartender. And he comes into the bar and I tell him, you've won it, you've hit the lottery, you've won $1 million, you're a millionaire. And when I tell him, Rock Hudson, that, he sweeps me up in his arms. This is true. He sweeps me with a big guy. He sweeps me up in his arms and he plants a big wet kiss right on my mouth. The next day, every actor on Hollywood Boulevard knew that Rock Hudson had planted this big, sexy, right on my foot. Hey, Larry! You had the best seat in the house, eh, baby? Hey, Larry.